Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to try something a little different. I've never done a Q&A. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you continue to subscribe if you watch my videos. Now that there's 5,000 of you, I feel like we need to get to know each other. What better way to get to know each other other than a Q&A, right? I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask some questions and I'm going to be answering them right now on this video, and I hope at the end of the video if you guys have any more questions or any comments about my answers or anything like that, that you leave comments and questions in the comment section below so that we can continue this conversation and become best friends. Alright. So, first question. This is actually kind of fun. So, the first question is from Vegan Raja, and he said, how long has it been since you started your small business and what made you go vegan? Okay, so those are two really good questions. So, number one, how long has it been since I started my small business? It has been about 2 years, but I would probably say 3 years because there was like a year of building my website and planning and figuring out how I was gonna do it all. A whole bunch of things made me want to be vegan, but the short version is that I studied abroad and I was an accidental vegetarian in Spain because the meat in Spain hangs from the ceilings of the restaurants and bars, and never did I look at that meat and was like, oh, it's so appetizing, I want that for dinner. I was just thoroughly grossed out by the fact that a pig's thigh was hanging from the ceiling. So that sort of started me on my journey, and there was several other things that happened along the way. If you want the full story about what made me go vegan, I really recommend checking out my vegan story video, and it tells you all about my journey. From Vegstina, she wants to know how I put on my eyeshadow. That's a good question. I don't know how I put it on. I'm definitely not a beauty blogger by any means. I've always enjoyed doing my own makeup. I was a cheerleader in high school and I did a lot of my teammates' makeup before competitions. So I have a really good time doing my makeup. I sort of feel it's like an art of sorts. Someone that has really helped me on YouTube becoming better at doing my makeup is Carly Bybel, and she is a vegan beauty blogger, so shout out to Carly. I doubt that she'll ever see this video, but she's a badass, babe. Oh yeah, and the Vegstina wanted to know what my makeup was. It's Lime Crime, and I just featured them in my favorites video, so if you want to check out the palettes that I've been obsessed with and using, go check out my favorites video to see what eyeshadows I've been using from Lime Crime, and that will be linked down below. Okay, I'm also so sorry if I like butcher your handles, but I'm trying here. Tia Gokobos wanted to know if you could be any animal, what animal would you be and why? It's between two. I would have to say a dolphin or a bird, because a dolphin you can swim underwater, like breathe perfectly fine, and a bird you can fly. Sam and Lily, they want to know, how did I start gaining customers? Honestly, when I first started my business, and this still goes for today, 3 years in, I'm always talking about my business. I'm always sharing business cards with strangers, whether that be at the market or at the mall or at an event. I'm constantly handing out business cards like candy. I also have utilized social media tools such as YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest to help gain customers. There are a lot of really good tips on how to use social media to build your business. I do have a series coming out soon that's more or less for how to start your own t-shirt business, but in that series there will be a bunch of information on how I used social media to help build a brand. Zoe Celestin wants to know, is it dangerous to just become vegan instead of transitioning into a vegan diet? And that's a good question, because yeah, you could make a drastic change and go on a vegan diet and be unsure of what to eat and maybe not eat enough calories, and then you would wind up with a problem. What I would suggest is take it day by day. Every meal that you go to eat, try to eat vegan. If you struggle, that's okay. Don't give up on becoming vegan because one meal you weren't able to find something vegan to eat. Just move on to the next meal and try to eat vegan. What I did was I ate vegan 3 days a week, and on those days I learned what to order out to eat at various restaurants in my neighborhood. I learned what to buy at the grocery store. I learned what to order out to eat, and I learned what groceries to buy. And after a while, I realized I was eating vegan every day and it was super easy. Just know that you're on a journey and that is your end goal, and that you will get there, and you're going to learn about it along the way. And I feel like the more you learn and the more research you do on vegan diets, the easier it becomes. Megan J. Pearl, and she also wants to know what my vegan story is, and I have shared my vegan story in a video on my YouTube channel. I'll make sure to link it down below, but be sure to check it out. It discusses how I went vegan. I was a college student living in Arizona. I knew no other vegans, and I managed to do it. And I've been vegan now for 7 years, and it's literally been the best 7 years of my life. So if you're not vegan yet, make the change. Swift Vicky wants to know, how do you deal with stressful situations? I wish I had a better answer, because I really don't have any answer other than lately, if I'm really stressed, I try to think like, why am I stressed out? Am I doing myself a favor by stressing right now, or can I go do something else rather than freak out and dwell on it, and focus on something else rather than focus on what is bothering me. That way I change my mindset from focusing on the negative and to focusing on the positive, and it seems to really help me when I'm in a funk or really stuck on one thing that's bothering me. But if you guys have any suggestions on how to deal with stress, put them down below in the comments. So the vegan chickie wants to know, do you take any supplements, and if you do, what do you take? So yes, I do take supplements. I take vitamin B12. I like to take the My Kind Organics spray vitamin B12. It's a liquid spray, and you just spray it in your mouth. It tastes good, and I don't take it every day, but I would say 3 to 4 times a week I take it, and it's good for you. You can get vitamin B12, like the My Kind Organic spray, either online or at Whole Foods. Okay, this is another good question. So I want to say Daya Vasula wants to know how to deal with unsupportive friends and family when going vegan. Also, how to be confident and not shy and speak up for yourself and spread the vegan message. Okay, that's a really good question. And based on my experience, the best way to talk with my family members about a vegan diet or veganism is to, first of all, be well educated on what I'm talking about, so that they can't come back and say something that is argumentative that I don't have an answer to. So one thing that I really recommend, especially if you're new to the vegan lifestyle, is to say to either your family members, your cousin, your sister, whoever it might be, and just be like, hey, I'd really like it if we could watch this movie together. I know that you haven't really been into this whole vegan thing like I've been, but there's this great documentary. It shares a lot of really good information, and I think it would be fun if you and I were able to sit down and watch it together. This allows you to have an experience with the other person so that they also can learn about your lifestyle. After you guys have finished watching the documentary, you can sit down and have a conversation about it like adults. I think that having the conversation about vegan lifestyle is really important, but when you're the vegan person and you're feeling attacked and then you attack back, it isn't a welcoming environment to get people to understand where you're coming from. So by watching a movie and hearing it from a third party, I think it really helps and takes the anger out of the situation and allows you to just have, you know, a good talk about whatever it is that you guys have seen in the movie. And some of my favorite documentaries to watch are on Netflix. You can watch them if you have a Netflix account, is Forks Over Knives, Cowspiracy, and What the Health. All 3 of those movies are on Netflix. I also really recommend watching Earthlings. That you can watch for free on earthlings.com. Honestly, if you watch all 4 movies with your friend or family member and they still are questioning you about a vegan lifestyle, then my advice is to just back off and let them be and do your own thing, and just keep doing your own thing and lead by example, because anyone that is closed off to hearing what you have to say isn't going to actually listen. They need to be ready to hear what you have to say to actually take it in and make a change. Also, how to be confident and not shy and speak up for yourself and spread the vegan message. And I truly believe that the best way to get better at talking about anything in life is by practicing. So the more times you talk to people, the better you're gonna get at it. I've been vegan now for 7 years, and I still consider myself in practice when it comes to talking about it. I really take each situation as their own and listen to what the other person is saying. If that person does not want to hear what I have to say, I don't continue the conversation because it's like talking to a wall. If that person is open and asking me questions and wants to hear more, I gladly answer their questions and do my best at giving them correct answers with useful information that they can take away with them. CT Brow 24 wants to know, do you follow a low carb, high fat diet or a high carb, low fat diet or neither? If you do follow one of the two benefits, what have you noticed? To answer that question, I don't necessarily follow any one diet for veganism. I'm just vegan. So if I'm craving a donut, I eat the donut. If I'm craving a salad, I eat the salad. I believe that you should give your body what it wants, and if you're craving something that might not be considered the healthiest, like a vegan donut, I just believe that you should eat it and indulge in it. Like, life is too short to not enjoy the good, sugary, fatty donuts, okay? On the other side, I also do eat like predominantly oil-free vegan in my house. Like, I never cook with oil. There is no oil in my house. I have really clean ingredients at home. I shop at the farmer's market. I do my best to eat healthy in the house and unhealthy outside of the house, because when I'm out and about and there's a really good stack of pancakes or tofu scramble in front of me or whatever it might be, if I want it, I'm gonna eat it. That's just how it goes. Someone else asked, have I seen What the Health? Yes, I have. What the Health, I've mentioned this earlier, is a documentary on Netflix. It's brand new. I highly recommend watching it if you guys haven't seen it already. I really recommend going and watching it on Netflix. Okay, so I have answered some of your guys' questions today. It was really fun being able to chat with you guys on my DMs on Instagram, but to also sort of share some information with you all. If you guys want to see more videos like this, then let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to film another Q&A really soon. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I feel like the most weirdest person saying that every time. It's just like a weird thing that, like, I used to watch YouTubers say that and now I have to say it, and it's like very self-promo. It's like what you're supposed to do on this thing, the internet. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming it, so thanks for watching, guys. Bye!